Hello. All right. I'm finally free. Let us see what's going on. I've heard this maybe will be hard. I'm skeptical, but I would not mind a puzzle. Oh wait, I forgot that clones are in this. I just wanted modded vanguards. and had expense of some clone mods. Oh wait, but it's event units, so mods don't even fucking matter. Alright. Wait, is the a stealth bug just on for the event? Man, I'm trying to get it fixed, man. I've tried. I've tried like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Yeah. Boy, I sure do love lock stealth. Okay, so that's just a buff explaining how this shit works. So there's no mechanic, I don't think. This is just like Magma Trooper. It does not appear to be working out for him. I should probably read his buttons. Alright, what are the event mechanics? Blind playing did not work out. Loaned non-player obtainable character. Who are you? Target ally dispels all debuffs, gains crit avoidance up, and has their cooldowns reduced by 1. So maybe we focus it on Scorch, but I don't know if that actually matters much because they just have Batcher. It's entirely possible that the AI will just fuck up Crosshair. That disarming Crosshair might just be incorrect. Very, very much a possibility. Like, do we care about cycling disarm? I don't know that we need to. Like, it's already coming up next turn. It would have been available this turn, but I'm pretty sure disarm removes itself when you reapply it elsewhere, so it's not like we can disarm too. Why are you taunting? That seems actively counterproductive. The weakest ally recovers? Yeah, I mean, that seems like a good thing to do. I don't know, man. We've been through 2 conquests now where Scorch basically just does not feel like a real tank. It's kind of unfortunate. Which, granted, like, that dude's taunting for reasons I'm not clear on, so. Is he just like a tank tag or something? Okay, so let's just assume that the AI is gonna fuck up Crosshair. Who should priority be then? Hunter, maybe? That disarm move is doing decent damage, so maybe we should cycle it just for the sake of tempo. Yeah, like Crosshair's still only at 18 stacks right now. I don't know where the Trooper's taunt is coming from, but technically speaking, you can fight against Bad Batch by bounce taunting their shit around. But see, Crosshair already had it. Or not Crosshair, CX2. Badger hitting for 112k is interesting. Badger might actually have to be a target for this event. Man, if only Badger actually did that much damage. Alright. If they choose Badger's damage stats, then sure. Like, Crosshair does put you on a timer. You're crazy as Badger prio 1 here. Badger normally does not do damage. If a Badger with 0 stacks is gonna do 110k, then yeah, that's probably priority. Okay, where the fuck is that taunt coming from? It wasn't on the buttons that I looked at. If we can avoid it, we'd be way happier. Unique? He didn't have a unique when I looked at him. There's just 2 buttons. It's an event unit, so you can't just like mod CX2 for damage, right? They use your mods. I thought event units never did. Haven't we done exactly this in past unlock events as wishful thinking? Basic user units? If they do, that would be fucking excellent news. Are you special? No. Well, this is going badly. Historically, event unit means lone unit, which means that none of your shit matters. Does it not? Am I crazy? We're just gonna do that. Does Scorch even matter here? I tend to think he does not. Actually, wait, CDM might not have been incorrect because they're all pretty mean. Maybe just offense. Or did they just disable the crit BD for the event? We RNG'd into Crosshair targeting himself? I think Crosshair's already on disarm. So there's no point in giving it to him. Using the AoE dispel before Mega uses mass buff seems not right. What AoE dispel? Is it Scorch AoE? The granted unit? The granted unit literally just says do AoE physical damage and nothing else. Am I taking crazy pills here? Look. Oh, dispel those. I don't know. What's what? Retribution? Do we actually care about it that much? Also, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Because they have foresight. So the AoE dispel is just going to get evaded anyway. Unless you use Scorch AoE first. The problem has nothing to do with them having retribution. The problem has everything to do with this motherfucker taunting for reasons unbeknownst to me. There are no uniques. There is nothing here that says taunt, so it has to be something one of their other kits. GG, I'm guessing it's maybe Scorch. Scorch. Control F taunt. Nope. Just press buttons and go in. Motherfucker, what do you think I'm doing? Alright, we dispelled retribution. So the AoE is just causing him to taunt somehow. So we just never press that shit. Actually, it's probably decent here. If it delays them getting target practice. I guess there's no point in disarming that. Okay. Kid readers stay winning. Send me the screenshot of where you gained taunt from. Don't worry, I'll wait. The last two only gives you 30. Damn. It's useless. Call everyone to assists. But he is more or less the head honcho. If they had exposed, do X. So does this apply to expose? I'm trying to remember what does what. This is the double mace call. This is the Shatterpoint follow-up, but there's no mace to work with here. I mean, the hell steal up might matter later. Let's just open with this. Like, we're killing them on counter, that as long as we put them back in counterable range, maybe that's just useful. Player victory is achieved at 0 stacks. So is it just kill troopers to lower the stacks, so head honcho does nothing? I'm pretty sure I gave her a crit chance mods. She is not critting. If we maximize the AoE, we can get a decent amount of tempo off that. Oh. But we didn't kill anyone. Why does this feel like an auto-basic angle? Player victory is achieved upon reaching 10 stacks at the start of Kanan's turn. Umgar's Golden is a refresh whenever Kanan gains a stack. Where does it come from? Okay, so just don't use middle. This is just like auto win. They removed the auto button, so I guess it's not auto win. You have to use middle, but it applies ability block. Middle removes ability block. It literally ability block. This is why you don't read kits. Vibes base would have already been done with this. But would it ignore foresight? I don't think it would. We have to outplay the game. It does just ignore foresight. Okay. He's number 1. I don't know if that means he counts as the leader. Is it a reference to the animation? I'm just gonna assume it's a reference to Glass Abyss. It appears that did count as the lead because it was the first slot. Mouse and keyboard pay to win. Nah, the stacks went over. Fuck. Damn it. You took everything from me. Alright. So the first tier seemed real until it wasn't. I swear to God. Yeah, it says there are event units, motherfucker. Like you go to a marquee. I don't know. I don't know how you tell anymore. I thought I knew. Or it's event used, but users are mods. The problem is I can say for sure that there have also been character unlock events where I spent like 10 minutes modding characters just in case it did work and then it didn't. So basically we're in mix-up territory. We just can never know. You just gotta handshake the 50-50. Okay, relic-wise, I'm fucking drained. I'm pretty much zeroed out on everything. I mean, you don't have R9 ready to get 2k crystals back from the event. R9 materials, I might be okay. Wait, is it actually 2k crystals refund? What the fuck? R9 depot plus Mace equals 2k crystals. Where? When? We don't actually need to do this all the way. We could just, like, back out right now. That will be fine. Alright. Before we get jump scared. Yep. It won't even let me convert. Damn. Your money is no good here. I mean, I do have, like, Ray currency, whatever. So what? This is done, this is done. This would need some nudging. It's really just this, so if I just, like, do some guild store refreshes, that would be okay. Wait, what? They knocked that down a tier? That seems cool. I'm still kind of sad that there's no mod tier like there was in Duel. Is it 2k crystals for first clear, or is it just 2k crystals every time the event runs? Every clear? Huh. Nice leader. He's doing his best. It's a reward for first unlock. Wait, but if it's only the reward for first, then you wouldn't get that the next 8 times, right? Probably not good to use that before going. Oh, that's just more railroads. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, is Mace not doing Shatterpoint because I haven't done his abilities? Hmm. I should probably go fix that. Or is this event? No, I don't. It wouldn't be event. Is the pirate error forum post to interrupt testing? It's a fucking packed day. Also, ironically, I would actually almost kind of prefer that because I need to load my GAC mods. Are you threatening me? No, just suggesting. Because what does Jocasta basically do damage twice? He didn't read the encounter rules. I fucking know. Oh wait, Diva's gonna give us shit to help push us. How kind of them. Still did not upgrade Mace. You know what? Fucking, there's no penalty for doing that. Sir, begin doing stuff. Is there any reason to be concerned? I mean, this we don't want. The doubt is like maybe spooky, but fuck it. Now, what are these? Try to ignore one turn during Mace's bonus turn. Whatever enemy becomes revealed to reset the cooldowns of Mace's abilities. So most of the power budget of this so far is just the TM or the cooldown reset. Whenever he's inflicted with Shatterpoint, all Jedi Vanguard allies gain riposte for one turn. Could actually even be like a downside. This like immediately already it just seems like value. This is nothing. Also nothing. That's okay. That's fine. Sure. It's the defense of all enemies stacking until the end of the encounter. Sure. Yeah, okay. That's probably. So here's the problem with TW characters. I am building a running theory, like right before I went live. It feels like the nature of TW's board being so small is causing TW Omicron leads to just shave too much shit off of their own characters. Like, straight up. Think about Dadbod, think about Trudge, think about Grand Inquisitor. Grand Inquisitor got bailed out by Riva, but imagine if we were still stuck on Grand Inquisitor lead. Invisible Jocasta sounds fun. Oh, I only took that for the damage boost. I don't give a fuck about her survivability. The way the game just works nowadays, it's the same thing. It's the same problem with Ayla. If it was team wide, it would be nuts, right? That's why like Keller and Beck lead is so good, just because it just gives everyone 500% defense. It needs to be a team wide rule because if you have 4 people that are relatively fine to kill and 1 person that's like super tanky, then you just kill that person last, and who gives a shit? It's tripled and quadrupled respectively. I assume you're talking about quad or decapitation. Mace also does not have mods on yet. I guess this is the lead. I'm literally playing this suboptimally by not going for them. And also Mace plays suboptimally by not being fast because we need him to get provoked at. Like, Depa going first, calling Mace is going to be pretty optimal today, I think. What the fuck are we modding Mace? I think just undeniably he wants to be fast just to, like, keep up provoked pressure. Because that's how we get our stacks off. Okay, actually, that's a little bit sneaky. What are the conditions on this, man? We need to get to his turn. So because Mace is driven by provoke causing them to counterattack, Temple Guard's triple hit basic is actually very fucking sneaky. Like, that's actually genuinely just the best investigation generator on the squad. What's the conditionals? Once per turn, if it is Temple Guard's turn and they are taunting, attack again. Target enemy has defense down, attack again. I mean, if you get both conditionals, this button is literally just +2 investigation. Look. Oh, wait, sorry, he's Sith. Also, we missed, I guess? Sidious does have evasion against Jedi. Yeah, it isn't always Air Battle's challenging. It's just unlock Mace and collect it. You could probably just auto. So we're 9 off. Actually, this event put us super close. Alright, bud. Is there any way to leave? I guess we just do. Duel of Fates would not be good for this, I don't think. It would really mostly just be guild store refreshes. I'll worry about it later. I doubt the last year is real. Alright. No, we do need about Ace. I was there for a reason. And it wasn't R9. I mean, I forget if he's special. Nah, he's not very special. He's pretty physical. Woo! Do we get free sources? Yes. Okay, so he is at like almost native 100. Was this air battle better? The last era battle was kind of a puzzle that took some effort. This seems kind of just face roll. So, depending on your preferences, that's either better or worse. We'll steal from Crosshair. We will not steal from Depa. We will steal from Crosshair too. The roll health is so fucking low. Sounds Wars IMO. I would agree. I prefer pushback. Goddamn, why are my crit damage triangles so shit? Okay. We're still in 31. So how do I want to do this? We could just do some range finding. Let's just say, like, just for a softball starter, let's put up gas. I tried to retreat from a Hermit battle. I'm fucking stupid. I'm so... Jokatsu equals Keller and Beckley is just, like, in me now. Holy fuck. Oh, she's only rolling 7. Also, you're not modded. Alright. Mods are done. Oh, wait. The background got yanked off. We got the 4 stack. What's correct here? We don't have provoke out. Doesn't this get us to 5? No, wait, it doesn't? Does Mace not have a +1? I forget. We self-procced? Oh, Illa gets a crit out of turn, so she's actually not that bad of a liability to assist. We try Balin next. We cannot. Do not have him. The fact that Provoked keeps on getting auto-cleansed off is something I did not think about going in. Although, he has counter chance built in, so I actually don't care about the Provoked. He's actually still just cycling it anyway, which is kind of cool. Very kind and considerate of him. Temple Guard is dead. Yeah, decapitation chart doesn't count as gas sitting down. Like, the set thing is real, but also gas kind of breaks the rule set of the squad pretty badly. Alright, we can give Ayla mods. Gas fucks with the rule set enough. Also, we should probably equip a Datacron. I don't think we should do JV. They are also not on JV, and let's just do like an equivalent. That's not a cool. That is also not equivalent. Could I just like get an equivalent? That's not equivalent, but fuck it. It's probably the closest we'll get. Promise I don't want to have to keep yanking shit off of Ayla Sakura later. Which I feel like is going to be coming. But more than likely, I'll just end up yanking her out entirely instead. If my suspicions are true. But to illustrate the point. It is cool that, like, Despite not having Jocasta Omicrons, the Mace cooldown reductions are kind of pushing Jocasta forward better than it normally would be. See, I'm like, do we want to just like try to save this for 5 stopple? That was a proper-ish decapitation. That's kind of what we're looking for. The double Mace call on Buzz. Hey, what's up, ARJ? Welcome, everyone. How was your stream? If you're here. Oh, because the investigation just T-turn duration had already expired on Fuzz. Right. Too honest of a team again. I tried to warn. I don't like saying that I think teams are gonna have trouble. I want teams to be good, but I don't like lying about things that I see either. I'm gonna assume that this closes out okay. I mean, Gas Last Stand might actually be kind of a problem, but he has been shatter pointed a lot. Is shatter point health defense offense or just health defense? That I do not recall. The tooltip will be on Ujimate. Also, did I just favorite you? He's one of my highest relic characters. Where the fuck? Oh, he's over here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it's basically all the relic stats. Yeah, so gas would be a lot less dangerous in that situation as well, in fairness. there a team other than Gas we want to fuck with? And the answer is yes, too. I do not have Amidala, although I suspect that Amidala, right? You can't do anything on the decoy. That sounds kind of unpleasant. Is the Inquisitorius actually worth testing, or is that too, like, anti-Jedi, I think? I don't have the FDC, but let's just FDC what happens. Want to see Mon Mothma Luth? Oh, let's do Zori. That's a fucking excellent point. Sorry, I'm adjusting one stolen mod back. It'll be Finn without one bulk primary, but this will surely be fine. This will be like the perfect litmus test for Ayla, I think. Alright. We do outspeed. Gotta remember we can ignore taunt. Maybe that should have been a for a special in fairness. Also, that should be Ayla's second special. She had tenacity up. That's just old Ayla's occur habit. So I did misplay a couple times here. We might be able to turn it around and win from here. But I did misplay a couple times. Mace's sleeves are not real. I saw footage recently. That's literally how he looks in the movie. You just never noticed it. You hopefully understand what I mean, though, right? When we talk about Ayla Sakura, I don't hate just for the sake of hating. She's like, if she can't even stop Zori from doing Zori shit, then you just lose control of the match still. Like, we were just completely at their mercy. Fully recognizing and regarding the stuff I did wrong. But that just feels so fucking bad for our character. Try again without her? Oh, it'll go worse. I know. But my point is, she's not doing enough. She doesn't do enough to stop the things that she's trying to stop, but yet Keller and Beck lets us do things that she doesn't allow us to do. That's been my point the whole time. That they were too careful with her. That she doesn't fully fulfill the fantasy that she's trying to provide. And also keep in mind, this is 2 R9s, 1 R8, and 2 R7s versus like R5 Zori. With a double R7 bros. So in terms of parity, and our Datacron is better. When I said I had concerns about this squad, I was not just doing it to be mean. This is what I meant. I'm going for Rose because I'm trying to shut off their TM train. I don't know if anyone would disagree with that approach. Like, we could try doing Finn first, but I feel like that's just going to kick him off immediately. Um, they don't have tenacity up. Potency Matadela. Does she need it? I don't remember her needing it. Shock does offensive and cleanse help. I think Shock and Barris are both interesting. So the way this team works, we were talking about this last week. The main way that you stack up investigation is because Mace, when he hits somebody, applies provoked. And you need them to cast an ability. It doesn't have to be on their turn. You need them to cast an ability to stack up investigation. So Barris gets reactive turn meter. Shakti gets reactive turn meter. Literally, like, a Barris getting a bunch of TM and then doing her wet noodle basic is valuable for building investigation. Like, as crazy as it sounds, it actually has utility. Okay, so this fight went better playing it this way. We don't need to put a shit more buttons, right? We can agree. Your sons are resistible. They have plus tenacity from Finn will set you off. Let us see. I want to say that there was bonus. No. Or is it on the Omicron? It's on the Omicron. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a free source somewhere. Is there more? I don't think Joe Costa gives it. And it was unique to 30%. I mean, it's a what, 70 potency base? That's like eh. Fine enough until it's not. We'll just take TSP out of convenience sake. Yeah, I was just thinking of the defense tenacity clause. I mean, it's the kind of problem with Zorion defense is like there's also just the core issue of you never know when they're gonna play correctly and juggle you. I mean, it's like fighting CLS back in the day, right? Like, I assume hitting Rose would be a horrible mistake here. We don't want to give them value. Hammer Ryloth, I assume, is correct. I mean, there's no real decision making on Naylor's turn, right? You just do this for the assists. Don't know whether we would rather protect Jocasta or the duo. I think I missed by not retargeting. I forget, do we get the bonus turn always? Like, could I just save it, the decapitation strike, do this now, immediately go again? Yes. And almost one-shot the man. It's only R5, but that's meaty. That's real. I'm glad the bonus turn isn't on Omicron. It feels good to do that. Does this have any bonuses against reveal? That would have been a kill shot. Does the decapitation strike not turn on all bonuses once the lead is dead? I thought it did. Or is it just the doubt? The enemy doubt can't be dispelled evaded. Oh, gotcha. Wait, where's the other one? Is this missing an upgrade? No. Okay. It almost seems like a waste to use Halo special there. Like, you would way rather just use basic. Okay. This is what I was waiting for. When your team lacks certain tools, you do just put yourself at the mercy of certain squads to just have their way with you. Like, we were able to win sometimes, but I don't think I did anything necessarily wrong there. And again, this is a Relic 5 Zori squad. Alright, let's try another squad. And yeah, obligatory, there's no Omicrons on. Like, obviously, handcuffs will exist. Jocasta will get her sniper rifle way sooner. But just... overall broad thoughts. Plenty of teams have looked rough without their Omicrons on in the past. You see me miss most of the testing? Not really. There's only been 2 squads so far, Gas and Zori. What time is it, though? Okay, we got plenty of time. We can steal from Boba. Actually, is there any point in testing this? I was gonna pull it up like Zori Malicos, but without the Omicrons on. Yeah. I don't know. Are there any teams that you guys would be interested in? Keep in mind, unfortunately, like, I could do my Mothra, but I don't have, Luthen. Balin going is Bo-Katan main 3 you're looking at? Pretty sure I don't have that. Anything before that era is fair game. Not ideal 9-0. It turns out running 2 accounts is a fucking nightmare. The Vampire seems hard as fuck. I could put Sith up, I just figured it would be, like, kind of shitty to do. I'm just assuming that this is going to be throwing the squad to their death, but... Alright. Do we do DR Malgus? I was tempted to do DR Lee, but kind of... Oh. What the fuck just happened? I don't know. Like, is it the end of the world that you can't get them revealed? Maybe not, but... We're getting health reductions on Malgus just to try to get his nuke to do less. Is at least my thought process. Also, he's the lead, so why the fuck not, right? We lose the investigation stacks immediately. I assume we don't want to be assisting on Malix, so we go over here. I don't know if I care that much about the depot assists. Like, the tenacity up is kind of useful here. The basic I actually wouldn't mind either sometimes. It does seem doomed to failure. I actually kind of disagree. With some caveats. That's less than ideal, to be sure. So Shatterpoint contesting Malgus nuke damage is interesting. Obvious, like, the damage looks okay here, but you have to remember that in Grand Arena, they will have 80% crit avoidance and automatic re-healing on re-healing on debuff. But, like, and also ignoring that, like, not the best Datacron to test against. If anything, I almost should have just left in the old one. Depot damage seems fake. She's just a vehicle to call Mace to assist. This team's entire play pattern is you have Jocasta doing her thing, and then you have attrition with this calling double Mace shatter points for health and armor shred. This team doesn't really do damage. This team just chips you into range where they can kill you via, you know, shatter pointing you to death, her siphoning your protection. She sets your health to 65, that sort of thing. Just speeds that on her for the most part. I don't know. But like honestly, this fight was not that bad. This fight was not as bad as I expected. Like, if you just full protection mod everybody, and you can just keep re-shatterpointing Malgus, because he can only stack up to 100%. I didn't hate this. Malgus in Squad Arena is not Malgus in GAC, of course. I guess the other big thing would just be, like, the doubt respread might be, like, a major factor here that could just fuck you in Grand Arena. Yeah, but there's just like a 750% modifier. If you're more than likely, I just envisioned you just like killing Malgus just by repeatedly shatter pointing him to the point where it doesn't matter how much damage you do. I mean, his protection pool won't change, but then Jocasta has something to say about that, or Jocasta just changes them to 65 health. Right? Either you hit them on both ends. You either set their health to 65 temporarily, or you just keep on repeatedly shredding them permanently. And I mean, like, let's see, right? She's on protection. She's on a potency cross now. He's on protection. She's on protection. So we're most... Okay, so there's some health here. This we would want to be on protection. He's on 3x protection and he died anyway. That's a little bit unfortunate. I don't know. The thing that I'm most afraid of with this squad is teams that just have a proactive as fuck game plan who just, like, stop you from playing the video game, right? I'm more afraid of Zori right now, I think, than I am afraid of Malgus. As weird as that might sound to say. Mon Mothma might be okay, just because I don't think they gain turn meter consistently enough for it to matter, and Luthien wouldn't really change that. And they don't really crowd control you enough either, right? Like, Zori is terrifying because they could just, like, what happened, right? They stunned 3 or 4 of our characters, and it was just like, boom. Fucking see ya. We can do Reva. I have doubt. This seems kind of... Like, them being a Sith isn't really enough to sink your ship, right? Them being anti-Jedi will kind of just fucking kill you. I don't know. Malgus, not a... I mean, the Omicrons gives him extra health, the crit avoidance, the debuff regen. But, like, this... I don't know. If you tell me, hey, somebody is using Mace in 3v3 against a Malgus lead, without, like, especially, like, you don't have DR there, so it's just, like, BSF Malik. Maybe? You know, Malgus counterattacks a lot, so that feeds Ayla some regen. Like, that's not nothing. They directly attack, kind of like Great Mothers, right? It's like a weird alternate approach to Great Mothers against Malgus. Yeah. Mom said it's my turn to play the video game. Calling Mace was a bit of a high roll. Oh, right, they can't be revived. That's not shabby. Man, it's so tragic that Decapitation Strike only works against the lead. I really kind of wish that it had, like, if the lead is dead, all bonuses are just on. Or not all bonuses on, but, like, treat it as if it's the lead if there is no lead type shit. And obligatory. Not the best cron. Also not the best cron, but certifiably better. Yarstyle wants the leaders, that exactly. I mean, they did give it a bonus with the locked out, but I think you would rather have the damage than the doubt. I think you should pump relics on 3rd, Jedi Master Mason, Depa 9. I mean, it would have to be Jocasta, right? Jocasta or Temple Guard? There's zero reason to, like, even if you love Ayla, I see no reason to pump relics into her just because they gave her 450% defense. She's like the least bulk necessitating person in recent memory. If you're worried about, like, Malgus nuke popping Ayla that you would lose your regen passive, then more relics on Ayla would be warranted. But like, to me, that would be a invest consideration that you would wait until the use case comes up. Yeah, we don't just hit this finish, right? Wait, do we apply investigation despite missing? Let's see me testing background to keep him secret. I just assumed that everyone wants to see Ayla. But also, we haven't even seen a team that, like, looked good to fight yet until Inquisitors. Which I don't know if I would say Inquisitor looked good, but it looked okay. We didn't die horribly, but again, we have light side bulk plus some decent stats, and dark side doesn't really have any good level 3 right now, so it's hard to be like, should I just take crowns off? Maybe I should. Unequip. Let's see how this looks in the neutral. I don't think it's just not pull this in half. We just outlasted, basically. We outlasted until this shit fell off, and then got to investigation stacks on Reva, and she didn't revive. Investigation anti-revive? I don't remember where it is. Like, we don't have JV Quran on, so it's not like it's long text 6 passive you forgot. Like, 7 Sister Assists do give us some amount of survivability for the matchup. This is looking like a Kron diff. 75% bulk is a pretty good effect, if I do say so myself. That's what I thought should happen. That's what I thought should happen too. Actually, like, even if they had 75% bulk equipped, like if the Inquisitor or Inquisitorious side just had like crit damage equipped and kind of. I imagine it would roughly even out. I don't know, like I can throw up like JMK or Leia or whatever. Leia seems like a fucking hard no. Although didn't someone mention that Shatterpoint works on GLs? But I still imagine that has to be a hard no. Hot Utils is getting hammered. Wait, is Hot Utils down? That might put me in danger. Huh. You keep getting errors. Has it been reported? Well, actually, let me see. Is Hot Utils working for me? I logged in okay, or is it just giving you errors when you do anything? Well, I might need to drop the stream and go try to take care of this. I don't. I can't think of any like interesting matchups to test. It's partially an issue of Omicron's just being shut off, right? You lose kind of the intrigue of not having handcuffs, but it's also feels like some of my concern of just like obviously Jocasta doesn't get her sniper rifle for fucking ever. That's unfortunate. Like actually, Depa, I'd have to look to see like if there's a way that we could just like turn. Well, turn 2 should be easier, right? Turn 1 couldn't happen though, right? We can't like swap back to Jocasta in any way either. I don't know. I think the mace that will maybe be worth caring about will object reference is not set to an instance of object. Yeah, I see what you're saying. See what you're saying. Announcements. How you the crashing? Am I gonna control for a lock? My shit's not loaded yet. This is rapidly turning into a situation. Technically, I could just swap the mods manually. You need to go on a nuking spree. Yeah, well, so I always try to park around 50 spares. Like, that's just kind of... If you have 50 free, you can usually do 10 size splits without issue. At one point, I did nuke, and it was just, like, incredible. You could just do, like, 14, 15 size splits without issue. I might just have to go try to deal with this, because there's some stuff I want to try to do this week. Not to, like, compromise the stream, but also... I don't know, though. There's too much impressive shit that we could do here. I think Mace does kind of just need the Omicrons. Are we still clocking Depa before Mace? Depa should be your first turn. I'm, like, pretty positive on that, because you want Depa... Your first turn, I'm pretty sure it always wants to be Depa first special, call Mace so that Mace gets Provoke out, so that you start getting them counterattacking to build up Investigate. Depa's preloaded. You could downclock her speed if you really wanted her to knock go first. Especially because, like, Depa second would just be, like, Depa slightly under Jocasta preload too, right? But... I don't know. There's also, like, GAC lock in 80 minutes, plus also I have to do a task recording. I might just come back and do some more Mace testing later if there is a legit reason or something that I want to test. But I might just have to go try to put out this fire. Okay, actually it might be okay for now. I don't think I need to pull the plug immediately. Like, I've got every GL except for Ahsoka. I don't know, maybe Rey. Rey, not Ezra, punching bag. Rey doesn't play into Ayla at all. Like, that would be a Keller and Beck matchup. I would imagine. I think we go Kron's on. Alright, it's not gonna be Ezra, but it's still a rather annoying team comp. Abilities that save and investigate enemy exists, invest them. Do they cost the target to take to invest? Okay, so Grex. Hitting someone doesn't apply investigate. It only applies the first stack. It doesn't give you any past that. They have to counterattack you. Or is it only out of turn, or is it when they use an ability to? I think it's only out of turn, right? So that's why Mace applies Provoke. So that's why Depa using first special to call Mace on the first side of the battle. Those abilities are the only way to invest. No, hitting them with Provoke, or, like, you know, Gas, right? Yeah, this is why I had so much beef with Ayla the last, like, 4 days ago. Because if Ayla stuns the person that you have Provoke on that you're trying to get them to counterattack, you literally just can't fucking do the thing. And it's like, what, wow. Why? Gungan is probably just gonna be the easiest way to filter this. Beck has potential because lots of attacks into provoked. Yeah, Beck and Jedi Temple Guard, both. Barris getting a lot of reactive turn meter can also just, like, repeatedly poke at the provoked person. Is not shabby. Who do we want to chip away at? I mean, GL's can be investigated, but do we care? Maybe just GK, just because we're going to have to deal with him anyway. GL's can be teleported either? I could have sworn I saw last night that they could. I'm not sure what I'm thinking of, if not. Okay, they have crit immunity, so Ayla is not a problem. 5th counterattack, he is now investigated, but he's in DI, so who next? You next, I assume. It's cool that we can Shatterpoint, even when we miss. Increment some value. I'm adding Mace. At the moment, just like crit damage set, 3 protection primaries, crit damage triangle, defense offset. With like good speed focus. There's a world where it might be speed set Mace. If we're just like really Shatterpoint provoke build. I think we just care about stacking more Siphon at the moment. We're stuck on GK. Do we care about re-Shatterpointing GK? I don't know that we do. Cal 30 is ugly. I wasn't playing around Cal at all, so this could be self-inflicted failure. Ayla basic calling Mace is definitely a high roll. Cal 30 is just ugly, man. We're being forced because of GK taunting. The light side bulk is doing us massive favors in this matchup. Maybe going Kron's on was a little bit too biased. Decent damage. I feel like decent damage had a Jedi Temple card, but maybe it was just a shredded Ben Solo. I mean, we're doing damage now. I don't know. To be honest, it feels like light side bulk is doing so much work here. Like light side bulk against Rey is kind of just cheating. Like if I go Crowns off. We'll just see how the neutral matchup goes. Joey Nomis is the big thing. So the thing to keep in mind is that with a lot of teams, when you're missing Omicrons, you're missing just like foundational shit. We are missing handcuffs. We are missing 100% offense. We're missing 100% defense. We are missing Joe Costa getting her sniper rifle earlier. We're missing Joe Costa getting you to 65. Obviously, we're missing some more than that, but those are like the big beats that. Squad Arena though seems real with Omicrons. Well, let's see how it goes without light side bulk. I have my suspicions. I mean, I could even use fucking Temple Guard Crown if we really wanted. Temple Guard Kron versus no Kron. Would that be silly though? Something I just realized. I will see. I can be fair. Provoke giving Ayla extra value in matchups where she normally wouldn't have it. That is cute. That is real. I don't remember what the decapitation strike bonus for if they were revealed is. Yeah, the tenacity up, but that's not for revealed. Quad damage. Quad times 1. So potentially we could defend against that whirlwind if we just try to reinvestigate someone. Like Cal had it, but Cal was in DI. Like ironically, putting Cal into DI stopped me from forcing Royal Guard to retaunt. That's interesting to think about, that you shouldn't dump damage where you're investigating. They teach you that when you're working the beat. I just don't even know what to think of this ability. Like, obviously the mass assist on reveal is good, but past that, like, basic almost just feels correct here. Is that crazy to say? It gives that offense up, I guess, is true, but... Okay, anytime Mace calls, like, that was just a ridiculous high roll. That was just convenience. This is where we badly need Provoke, like ASAP, but Mace is gonna go last or second to last. That's tough. We can't have Ayla. I mean, yeah, crit immunity, so I guess we could have, but Can we tip around 30 just let Cal pass once while Ray's ulting? Wait, I forgot that Cal stacks on enemy turns, not just mine. So parking 29 was not the play. I forget, we don't ignore taunt to target investigation, right? Only reveal. I just don't think that we can get reveal early. Geller back, y'all. Triple basic into how much damage is that? 60% health damage plus 3 potential reveal stacks. The Cal 30 stack is just fucking problematic right now. It would be so nice if we could just cut Temple Guard and run Ayla. Which I'm sure is why CG made that restriction. But like... Nope, no Crown. Keller and Beck needs to be faster, I think. I may need to check his mods. Fucking am. You can guild max box with 4 R8 teams. Does the scoring change for undersizing or anything like that? I know it gets like a little bit harder, but oh, I was supposed to check Taylor back. Sorry, I'm fucking reading shit on Discord, trying to. Blech. The Mace speed up, making Keller and Beck look slower than he is. He might not actually not be that slow right now. That's cute, but unrealistic. I should not have hit Ray. I regret my words and deeds. See, like, the thing that I want to be doing is I want to be getting a Keller and Beck mass in after damage has been taken. He feels slow. Yeah. I mean, Kron neutrally. If GK isn't here, this might not be nearly as bad if they just give you free reign. But if we're talking non-Ezra teams, I still think GK kind of sits at the top as like king of making Ray fight spicier. At least for like one, two. I want to say at least 3 of the Ray off meta. GK just like he doesn't slam the door shut, but he just makes things so fucking complicated. And it feels the exact same here, right? Like, maybe if we could just immediately investigate Cal and get him out, it would be chill. But the fact that we need to do GK first. I'd have to, like, reread the kits. Maybe there's a way for us to just, like, bypass GK that I'm not thinking about. They do have crit immunity a lot. We would just need better GK dispel at that rate. So he's got crit immunity. Jocasta dispel GK. Ignore taunt counterattacks. Oh, that dodge sucks. Killed the rail, actually. Honestly, Mace without crit damage triangle might just be preferable. Bulk Mace. A lot of what he's taking is true damage, so it's not like defense. I don't think would do too terribly much here. Okay, interesting. But that caused the fucking... Okay, so we aimed at Ben, and even though Ray is first slot, we got investigation on Ben. I wasn't sure if it would give investigation to the first slot because you hit them first. Supposed to walk through tips for even round one on Discord. To be honest, it wasn't really anything puzzly. Once I was missing some character mods. It says invent characters, but it uses your mods, so just make sure that you have mods equipped, and if you're having trouble, just like put crit damage mods on CX2. I think I did Batcher first, then Crosshair. Yeah, I figured. Alright, I think I need to go take care of the Haditzel situation. Interesting. So Provoke is having huge ramifications for both Killer and Beck and to a lesser degree Ayla. Keller and Beck just doing a 60 fucking percent health nuke on somebody and immediately investigating them is like, that's some real shit. Also, for how the matchup just played, I guess like having R9 on Mace and Depa might have helped weather true damage a little bit. Obviously, with Crowns on in seasons that have light side bulk, you'd be happy to have that as well. Because like even if both sides have light side bulk, Mace cares less about Ray having the light side bulk than Ray cares about Mace having light side bulk. You know, it's not going to feel popular because Kels is sick. Well, more or less, I would just run Temple Guard plus Keller and Beck potentially. Temple Guard going fast feels good. If you're really just bought in on the triple basic plot, I would have to look back into the defense down sources. But yeah, Temple Guard has the exact same dynamic as KB. Or you could just have both if you really wanted. No, like Provoke is like a huge part of this team. Like it gives Ayla a lot of extra regen and healing value. It's basically the equivalent of CX2 constantly hitting you with the small increments of 15. Like obviously Ayla, if you throw Ayla into a matchup where they like a Mon Mothma, sure she'll heal you a bunch. But for matchups where they just don't give you that, you need that Provoke to constantly extract Ayla value. Okay, how was my color back modded? The fucking grand mystery. Yeah, he is 145 plus. So he could be faster, but I don't know if that would be fast enough. Beck seems way stronger than Ayla. I'm gonna keep saying what I said to begin with, which is I see it as a toolbox. I think Ayla is overhyped. I think Keller and Beck is under-recognized or underrepresented. Everyone was just acting like it was a full 5-man pre-built, and I think like some of the shit that I showed Keller and Beck doing with the Provoke, like, clearly seems kind of sick. Like, how could you not? I'm trying to remember. Provoke came from who? It came from Snap, I believe. It was not Stab. Who was it? Inquisitorius, maybe? Fifth? Tarful. That's it. Thank you. No? Or is it on... Is it not Tarful? Tarful sounds correct. Who the fuck is it? I'm just gonna look at .gg. I'm cheating. 5th, you promise, but who or where? Is unique? I mean, that's the provoke symbol, but the enemy leader is a Jedi whenever... Oh, it's the fucking cat claws. Gotcha. Okay, where did that expose come from? Yeah, damage penalty, yes. 20% health tax, yes. It looked like he was getting exposed to boot. That's probably just Jedi Vanguard base kits. I was gonna say, if he's getting, like, exposed per attack, plus also getting fucking... If he's just, like, taking a Malak drain for 1 killer and back basic, holy shit. I don't know. We'll see. This is definitely the first test stream where I'm kind of dissatisfied with the options that I have available. But, like... Yeah. It would be nice if I could run 2 accounts. I wouldn't say I'm dooming over Mace. It definitely feels like it is kind of reclarified or recrystallized how I feel about everything. Like, I thought that Zori would be playable. I didn't think that Zori would be able to just, like, straight mow you. Like, I knew that TM would be slightly better, but I thought you might get some push and pull. But it feels like you're totally at Zori's mercy. Like, if you see a Mace team on defense and you run Zori against it, that has to just, like, be a fucking problem, right? Need to possibly make Mace better, need to possibly make Deppa better. Like, the Decapitation Strike is real, but the fact that it's only against the lead makes it feel so niche that I think maybe, like, 4x bulk primary and speed set Mace could be a very real conversation to have. Turbo Keller and Beck also seems real. Or at least did for the Ray matchup, where we really badly wanted Keller and Beck to use his Mass Assist to heal right before Ray ults. It's kind of the thing. It really sucks that Ayla has anti-Keller and Beck shit, because there would be a world where I could actually conceivably see cut Joe Costa run Keller and Beck. Holding for offense this week. That do not post Mace. There are 15 teams I would rather post than Mace in 3v3 this week. And I'm not saying that to be edgy. That's just... Don't fucking do it. If you want to post a Jedi Vanguard squad, probably just post KB, Joe Costa, Temple Guard, but realistically, that's getting solved for cheap too. Don't post Mace. Don't throw away it. Alright, anyway, I need to go see how Hot Utils is doing. Playing with fire a little bit. Thanks for hanging out. Possibly back later. Hopefully we get news today. Yeah. Spinning plates. A lot of shit going on. Later.